everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. This week we're picking up the story and talking about the Tower of Babel. This story takes place a little bit after Noah's Ark that we talked about last week in the flood. And the descendants of Noah were living in the area of Babylon. They settled in a land named Shinar. The population was growing and they all spoke one language. After the flood, God told Noah and his sons to spread out and fill the earth. This was a restatement of the instructions that he gave Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Spreading out and stewarding all of creation for his glory was God's intention from the very beginning. Notice what the people decided though. They would not spread out. Instead, they would settle in one place and make a name for themselves instead of making a name for God. Do you see their wickedness? Do you see their raised fist shaking angrily at God in defiance? They're saying, no, we will not spread out as you have commanded. No, we will not bring glory to you as you have commanded. We will stay right where we are and glorify ourselves instead. The people decided to build a tall, proud symbol of how great they had made their own nation. The Babylonians wanted a tower that would reach to the heavens so they could be like God so that they would not need him. And so they began to construct a great tower. We'll be picking up our story in Genesis 11, verses 1 through 9. Now the whole earth had one language and the same words. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone and bitumen for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of man had built. And the Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, and they all have one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they purpose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down there and confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another's speech." So the Lord dispersed them from there over the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore, its name was called Babel, because the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And from there the Lord dispersed them over the face of all the earth. Wow, what a crazy story. Did you know that that story is how we got all the languages that we speak today? God did not like the pride and arrogance in the hearts of the people. God caused the people to suddenly speak different languages so they could not communicate and work together to build the tower. This caused the people to scatter across the land. The tower was named the Tower of Babel because the word Babel means confusion. This story is a powerful reminder of how important it is to obey God's word and not to think that we can build a successful life without God in it. God saw their city and the tower they were building. He knew the motives of their heart were not good. In his infinite wisdom, he knew the stairway to heaven would only lead the people away from him. The goal and the purpose was not to glorify God, and so God put an end to it.